Gone now. Is he in the other room?
It's over there. Hello.
Where?
Oh. I thought he was in his bed. Hang on a minute.
Jeff's vanished. We were going to get Jeff in.
No, he's gone. You're going live. I'm off to lie on the sofa.
Hello. Bit of chaos before we're 2 minutes late because we managed to bump into each other, spill a drink all over the floor.
I managed to walk into you. I'm not very with it. I've only just woken up.
And then we were going to get Jeff in, and he's run off in a huff because we wanted to share something we were given during the week.
Yeah, you did share it on Instagram.
I did share it on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, more fool you, because it's where all the fun stuff happens. Right?
Apparently so.
This was gifted to us by Porky's Discounts, who some of you may know from the side chat. We managed to finally meet up in Wyndham. And yeah, we had a fun day actually. And we explored some charity shops and got to know Porky's. That's the name he goes by. It's not his real name, but that's what most people call him. And yeah, so it was lovely to meet you. And we were gifted this, it's a giant beanbag doorstop, really. But Jeff's run off, so we can't show you and Jeff and Jeff too next to each other.
I just realised I haven't put a lid on his food. Bear with.
Okay, right. Anyway, we are live. If you are watching live, hopefully you can hear me. All right, is that working? I think so. Nobody's saying we can't hear you. Yeah. Right, I'm going to scroll back because there was updates on Marcus. You know who's moving to Attleborough. Greetings from Norfolk. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, we made it. The move went smoothly. We still have lots to do as Rachel packed the germs and travelled with a sore throat, which got worse. And she's giving it to me. Oh, no. That's all you need when you're moving.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're stressed, though, isn't it? It's so easy to get ill when you're stressed.
Lost the entire weekend due to feeling sick. Still not feeling great. Watching from our beds.
Oh
no. On the plus side of things, everyone is so friendly and welcoming. It's just so peaceful here. Good.
Yeah, we do love Attleborough.
Totally different from Milton Keynes. Yes.
Very different to Milton Keynes.
We know Milton Keynes very well. I dislike it quite a lot. Anyway, congratulations.
I do not mind Milton Keynes. I wouldn't want to live there, but I don't mind it. Oh, I was about to drink at the same time as you, but then it's silent.
So yeah, congratulations. Glad you've made it. I'm sure you'll be back to 100% soon. Good stuff. So I'll say a few hellos, let people get in, and then we'll start sharing because we went to 2 yard sales. Very contrasting yard sales.
Yeah. Well, yesterday.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec. I was just going to say some hellos. Hi, Steve. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Aid.
What was Steve saying about the Wilkinson Pottery? Saw you mention Wilkinson Pottery in a video the other day. I think it was our live from last Monday, wasn't it? Somebody was suggesting about Clarice Cliff, that it might be early Clarice Cliff.
I don't remember.
It's from their later period, though, when they preferred to be called Wilcos. Does this affect the value? Oh, dear.
Hello, Mark, and once loved treasures. Got our frozen daiquiri. Daiquiri, is that how you say it? Daiquiri.
In our tiki mugs, yay!
Excellent. Damien's in with us, good stuff. SHB, lots of people. What's going on with Damien dinner situation? Got to find out quickly. May just have dinner served in time. Sausage, egg, and skin on chips. Oh,
sounds good.
I always thought he was posh. Damien, skin on chips.
We had dinner at lunchtime today. I did a roast because Ellen was going back to Brighton today. So I fed her before. So.
Well, we just found out. She's texted. She's outside Tottenham Hotspur Stadium listening to Beyonce.
Yeah, she
apparently.
said I'm very near, and because I can't get to, or she couldn't afford tickets, she said I'm just going to sit outside and listen to it.
Beyonce is her new obsession.
It's a lot of people's obsession at the moment.
Good
she
Lord.
is like the thing. Imagine Madonna in the 90s. That's Beyonce now. That is the height of her popularity.
So honestly, all the time Ellen's been here, all I've heard is her watching video clips of Beyonce and Barry Styles.
Barry Styles.
I call him Barry.
She's going to see Barry Styles next week.
To wind her up.
She's got tickets for Barry.
Anyway, a couple more quick hellos. We have RS, Fluffy Muffin is with us, and so is Anne. Good evening. And Peter. Now, I'll get on to the stuff Peter knows about already in a minute. Peter might have bought some of it already. He's hot off the mark, is our Pete. Anyway, so we went to a yard sale yesterday, which was billed as a, how did they bill it? Like a mega huge yard sale thing.
Oh yeah, it was
only one.
Billed as I wrote it on the calendar. What's that? I didn't write that on the calendar, but yeah, mega large or something like huge garage sale, and it was if you're into your tools.
Yeah, they did have a lot of stuff. It was on a farm, kind of, wasn't it? But there just wasn't much there for us. We came away with like a couple of items. Oh, I bought a staple gun, and you bought some vintage wallpaper. That was it from this mega all singing, all dancing yard sale. Only one house. And then today we went to one just up the road, literally just a walk up the road, and in basically somebody's garage and a table set out in their garden. And we bought loads of gear. Well, not masses, but really good stuff. Anyway, I'm waffling. We'll share it with you and you'll find out what we got.
Yeah. Peter Ray says, saw Ellen dancing on Andrea's Insta. What a talent. Yeah, I shared her page where she dances. She does lip sync for your life.
Oh, well, I'll share the page on my Insta as well.
I asked her first if she would like me to share it, or if she didn't mind me sharing it, because I wasn't sure. And she said, yes, please. I need all the love I can get on that account. So,
well, now she's fine to openly talk about it. Ellen performs as a female drag artist, which sounds bizarre if you don't understand, but drag is not male exclusive anymore.
No.
And she's been performing in Brighton. She's won 2 competitions already.
Yeah. And it's not in the classic sense that you would think, like comedy and that sort of thing. It's more dance for Ellen. Specifically Vogue. She is learning. She goes to a class in London every week, and she's learning New Wave Vogue. So that is what she's doing at the moment. I
mean, we are incredibly biased, but we're not the only ones who think she's rather special and really talented. So yeah, we'll make sure we share those regularly.
Susan said she was totally amazing. Yeah, I think she is, but like Nick just said, we're very biased.
Which performance was that then?
I shared both. I shared her final performance from the last final, and her most recent performance, which has got her to the final in July.
My favourite performance of hers is her take on Cabaret.
I didn't share that one.
Which is just that was the first time I saw her performing in her alter ego.
I didn't want to like bombard everybody with,
Okay. Oh look, several people have seen it. That's cool. If you do watch, please write her a little message and say how much you enjoyed it, because she needs that affirmation. I think she thrives on that. So
she works very, very hard at it. So
is Porky?
She works harder at that than she does at university.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I think this is what she wants to do. This is a future thing.
Porkies, I don't know if you were here when we were sharing this. I've just seen that you were in the chat. We shared this. We were going to get Jeff up, but he's run off. I think he's in a huff because Ellen's gone home.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's been snoozing on the sofa with me, but I've just fed him.
Excuse me.
Back. Have you found many boot sales where you live? Says Matthew. We've been to a few one-offs. We haven't been to the big boot sales yet. The ones, there's one near Norwich. We haven't done that. They're very early in the morning. It takes like a good half an hour or so to get to them for us. So we haven't ventured that way.
There are plenty. We are both still working through stock that we already had, and we're finding plenty at yard sale stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Should we just at yard sales? Shall we share some?
Go for it. Shall I show the?
Can we share these so we can get them off the table?
Well, we mentioned the wallpaper.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, this is what I bought yesterday. That's all I bought at the yard sale.
The mega yard sale for us wasn't very mega.
No, the first thing that I bought, there's some wallpaper that has already been opened and some has been used, but there's still a fair amount left, and it's perfect for just a small area or covering things. But the pattern, look at the pattern. Look at that.
Horses.
That's just, oh, yeah. It's like 70s, 80s, I think. And just look at the mushrooms on it. That was what caught my eye. I love the little mushrooms.
We probably will venture up to the Norwich one at some point.
Yeah.
We
will.
You know, we're not really desperate for stock, but we do enjoy a boot sale.
The sleep in just seems more.
Oh, Pete asking, did you film at the yard sales? Well, problem. I think I've lost my GoPro.
Yeah.
I had filmed at a whole yard sale event and also some footage for another video I'm going to make, or was going to. And my GoPro has vanished. I don't know if we took it away with us.
We have searched, well, you searched the house and your office out there. High and low, we cannot find it. It quite often gets stuck in a bag that we bring stock in with. That's nowhere to be found. I just have a feeling that it's going to be like in a box somewhere. Or
well,
just,
hopefully.
Yeah. It's just at the moment we can't find it.
So we didn't film any this weekend, but we do have footage in the GoPro on the memory card.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah, we'll see how that pans out. If it's gone, I'll have to get another one.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
Would you like to read that if I highlight it?
It says, hello, here in Denmark we have permanent indoor flea markets called, what does that say? Kerpu. The seller's rent stands for a fee, sell merchandise.
Hang on, it's just jumped.
It's a good concept, a little more expensive than traditional flea markets. Do we have anything like that in the UK? Not permanent. No.
There probably is a handful, but we tend to do it the boot sale way, don't we? Much more kind of casual outside.
There are sort of one-off tabletop sales, we would call them, which are a bit like that, but not sort of a permanent thing like that.
No, that does sound good though, especially if they're indoor. Did it say indoor? Yeah, indoor. Yeah. So that could be year round.
Oh, yeah, Kathy says, oh my God, I had that paper on my wall in the late 70s. Thank you, that's dated it for me, but isn't it amazing? I just love it.
Thank you so much again. Jack came back for the super chat. That is incredibly generous of you. Yeah, that exact. What's the chances of someone watching and had that wallpaper? I had in the well, it was put up when we moved to us. So very late 70s, early 80s. I had Formula One racing cars, but it was this sort of thing.
Yeah,
they were all drawn.
Yeah,
drawn images of racing cars when I was a kid.
I had rainbow wallpaper.
Rainbows.
Yeah.
Natalie,
I was obsessed with Care Bears, so my mum wallpapered in rainbows.
I would have loved that wallpaper when I was little. Yeah. Nick has posted it out to a customer. Bloomin' hope not. That's a pretty good freebie. A GoPro bonus in your parcel. Yeah. I just don't know where it's gone. I just hope we haven't lost it when we're out and about, because then it's gone. If it's lost in the house somewhere, hopefully
Hopefully it will just show up.
Touch wood. I'll find it.
Yeah.
Annoying.
It's very annoying.
Hello, Andrea. I love that wallpaper. I've got a roll of vintage Action Man.
Ooh.
Ooh. Watch out for that wallpaper in the dark. You'll get nightmares.
Nightmares.
Oh, mares. Oh, I didn't even.
I'm half asleep, and even I got
that. Have a look where you keep them labels in the shed. I've hunted in the shed. Hopefully it'll turn up. Anyway, so let's get down to the end of the chat. Nick's just watched Ellen dancing on Instagram. Right, let's get Ellen's view numbers and followers up.
The account is l.gray.
Well, you're probably best to hold it up.
Yeah.
Very talented. Well, thank you. Please let her know that, because she's the one that needs to hear it. But we already think that. We would like to think that she will end up in that world in some way as a career. The degree she's doing in Brighton was a way to live in Brighton between us.
It is. Oh, that.
Is that showing? If you go right up so it doesn't bleach it out, there you go.
Yeah. So that's her account. If anybody wants to give her a follow. So
it was ELLE.GREYY. El Grey.
Yeah, but
why?
Why?
So, and her drag artist name is a play on Earl Grey.
Yeah, and there's a reason for that. We didn't share this at the time because it was very painful, and but she lost a close friend who was also a drag artist just before Christmas, and her drag name was Madeline Hatter. So Ellen has taken on the name Earl Grey because it is associated with Madeline Hatter and the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So that's in honour of her friend who passed away. We're actually going to her memorial on Saturday, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
And Ellen's performing at it along with some of her friends.
Is she performing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll try and film that then. Might be able to share it.
Yeah.
C. Blaney was trying to think of a horsey joke, but nay, I couldn't think of one. That's tenuous. Back in 1980, there was Star Wars wallpaper. I bet it would be worth a lot of money. It would, no doubt. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe Jeff is borrowing it. What, the GoPro? Imagine the videos he'd make. Mostly just sleeping.
Barking at dogs.
Barking, sleeping, barking.
Oh, thank you, Susan. Susan's linked the
There you go. Link. Someone who knows what they're doing. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, mega, quite widely promoted yard sale. Didn't buy much apart from. Did you share this one?
Oh, I didn't share that one. Talking of 70s wallpaper. So this is actually a sealed, unused roll.
This is very my nan's house. Kind of.
Hannah says that wallpaper made me feel a little hoarse.
Feeling a little hoarse. Did the little horse mind? Yeah. Harmony vinyl coated washable wallpaper. What were they expecting to do in that house? Washable wallpaper.
Well, they probably at that point in their lives, they probably had young kids.
Oh, is that the reason? Right, yeah. Right. Good evening, Jason. I was still a huge Star Wars fan, but for some twisted reason, my mum put up Superman wallpaper in my bedroom when I was a kid. Parents, eh? Yeah. So what else did we get? So we went to one today, just up the road. One person having to clear out.
Belinda doesn't understand Instagram. You're a bit like that with stories. You don't really understand Instagram
I don't see the point.
stories.
I don't see the point. I just post pictures.
If
That's
you
fun.
use Instagram or TikTok, then you do see the point.
I do use Instagram. Anyway, right, we at this one today, first thing you spotted and grabbed was, wait for it, because you may recognize this for a start. We picked one up. We still got it. Must be was it pre-COVID even? Or during COVID?
I don't know.
We picked up an identical one of these for £1. These weren't quite that cheap, but there's a pair. I mean, they're so big you can't get them in shop. So these are like a little reservoir for your whatever you'd put in, kerosene or that sort of stuff, and it wicks it up here, and then you've got this is detachable, and you can wind the wick up. You can't really see. There it goes. Whee! Yeah, gorgeous. They're going to need a heck of a clean. Would we sell them as a pair? Shipping these will be a nightmare.
No, because I've got 3 now, so probably I wouldn't.
So you paid,
and I think that's why they haven't been listed yet, because
£10 a pair.
Because of the shipping. So we just haven't.
It's just mad to me that we've ended up with 3 identical ones of these. So they're the same size. This one's taller.
Oh, yeah.
How's that?
Maybe it's because they're hand blown, so
yeah. Do you think?
They vary slightly, or maybe that's just not. I don't know. That looks like there's more space here.
Oh, that one's not screwed down. Right, bear with us a minute. I think you might be right. But that bit's.
Yeah, Susan says, don't fancy posting those. Well, you know, Nick is the expert, so.
Oh, don't big me up. Anyway, they're pretty gorgeous. 3 of them now in stock.
Yeah,
and then
these I really liked. I paid up on these, but I thought that they were worth paying for. They are lovely. They're Wold pottery, WOLD.
Where's the thing? Where's the thing? There.
So I've got that large one, which I paid £5 for. And then I paid £5 for this pair. So.
I reckon they're putting these glazes on the potter's wheel, because that, and then just running it up.
Yeah,
like that.
It does look like that. Yeah.
Has anyone been watching the pottery throwdown?
It did finish ages ago. We've only just caught up with it, but yeah, that's the.
We quite enjoy that show now. It gets under your skin. The Great British Pottery Throwdown.
Yeah, I think we prefer it to the Bake Off now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very interesting. I mean, yeah, I don't know if I'd ever get into pottery now at my age, but I've always loved it. I actually signed up to do a pottery A-level, and then they cancelled the class, so I couldn't do it.
Oh, Hannah's just watched Ellen. Yeah, see, it's good, isn't she? Yeah. She's been passionate about dance since she was
2 years old.
Teeny tiny.
She started ballet at 2. Yeah.
She was going to go and study dance in London, and then ended up in Brighton because she wanted to live in Brighton, doing photography. Yeah. But I would, if I had to put money on, I think she will be somewhere in the realm of dance as a profession at some point. Some
sort of performer, I think.
Yeah.
In some way. Because when she was small, like everything was a stage. We went camping in Dartmoor, didn't we? And she'd find rocks on Dartmoor, and she'd stand there and just perform. Everything was a stage.
Right. Yeah, the irony is, Ellen, if you've met her, is very shy, very quiet, very unassuming, and then she gets on stage and nobody can take their eyes off her. It's awesome. Right. So I bought 2 things. Right. One of the things that I bought today is, you wouldn't expect it to be worth as much as it is, but it is. We'll get onto that in a minute. But I did also buy a collection of pewter. These are antiques. Some of these are Victorian and earlier. Huge, really gorgeous antique pewter tankards. This one has a brass rim around the top. examples like this I've looked at on eBay. They sell really well, although this one has a repaired handle.
I'm just laughing at Stu.
What?
I watched Pottery throw down, but could never understand a man crying at a teapot.
He's so funny. You can see it coming. He starts welling up when he's talking about a mug.
Oh, well, it certainly makes a difference from people being overly critical and unnecessarily nasty when they're judging things.
It is amusing. And then we have, how many of these did we have? 2 quart jugs. Right, tap point. We haven't done tap points for ages. Tap point on offer. What is a quart?
What measure is a quart? How much is a quart?
How much is a quart? What's a quart? Anyway, these are really handsome beasts. So you might have these in a pub for measuring, or because I was reading in, not only did all of this come from the same person, but a collection of books all about pewter. And I was reading about stuff earlier. Anyway, I paid £10 on the whole collection, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I've seen a couple of correct answers, 2 variations on the correct answer.
Well, from where I was looking earlier, Stu is right. It's 2 pints.
But then also Mel has said that as well.
No, a pint is a pint. And I have some pint ones as well, which are half of the quart ones. Andrea says 1.5 pints. I don't believe so. Yeah, Mel says 2 pints. It might have been Nick from Hampton Court. I don't think so. I hope not.
Ian says 2, but
2
then
pints.
Susan's right as well.
Yes, and that's where the name comes from. It's a quarter of a gallon, but it is 2 pints because a gallon is 8. Anyway, we're all learning today. Anyway, so I paid £10 for the whole crate, which includes all of these rather fascinating books on pewter. There's one with the lid. I didn't get any with the lid, which is a shame.
Stu says, I've done very well with antique pewter in the past. Well, you got it for a snip.
Well, it was odd because we went up there, and because it was local, we knew a bunch of people. We stood there chatting with friends.
And we knew the person that we bought it from, didn't we?
Yeah. So we were rabbiting away, and I saw these, and he said, I'm after 30 quid for the tray. And I said, well, okay. And before I left, I said, I'm not sure.
Free Spider.
Oh, Free Spider. Oh, these are really nice books as well. But I'll get my £10. I'll get profit just from the books. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll throw you out an offer of 20. I'll just take a chance on them. I know nothing about them. And he said, I'd let them go at 25. I said, well, we're coming back anyway because...
Yeah, because she was going to bring out some glass and I was going to go back and have a look at it.
Yeah, the lady was going to bring more stuff out. I said, we'll come back in a bit for the glass and I'll see how I feel about it. In the meantime, I did a little bit of research and I thought, yeah, I'll probably give them the 20 or 25. And then we got back there. He said, Nick, tell you what, if you want the pewter, have it for £10. But before I'd even done it, I was like...
himself out of it, didn't he? He shot himself in the foot there because you'd already offered 20. He'd come back at 25.
I know.
And, I don't know why he just didn't say, I'll accept your offer of 20.
I don't know. It was very odd. It was very odd. He just came straight up. Nick, if you still want the pewter, I'll let it go for £10.
So you've got an absolute bargain.
Yeah, this is a lovely example of a quart jug. Quartz with a Q, and they are stamped. They've got maker's stamps, and that one you can see the quart on it.
One of them is stamped ER, isn't it?
Yeah, what is it? I was looking at it closely, and it might be a G. I can't remember which one it is.
You'll have to get the loop on it.
Anyway, they are rather gorgeous. That one's got an insignia on it, which I can't make out. And a lot of them have a writing on the base, which is really hard to make out. Yeah. One looks like it's been shot. I don't think it has been shot.
Sorry, I put that one back in.
I was saved Buy me pint. This one says T. Nichols, White Horse, Dunstan somewhere. So this would have almost certainly sat in the White Horse at wherever that is.
Dunstan.
Dunstan.
Don't know if it's got
Dunstow.
W in it.
I'm gonna have to find out where that pub is and see if it still exists. Isn't that the coolest thing though? So this is probably Victorian. It's a pint, and it probably would have sat behind. And this guy, T. Nichols, would have had his beer in it. I thought,
and then he died of lead poisoning.
He died of lead poisoning. Yeah.
Quite probably it was shots, his airplane one.
You think? I think they would have gone straight through that if it was actually a bullet.
Do you think?
Yeah. That's not going to stop a bullet, surely. It's only pewter.
Maybe. I mean, what's some armour made of?
Steel. Yeah, pewter is notoriously quite soft and malleable. Anyway, so I'm really pleased with
the early version of a shot glass.
Boom. Yes. I really like these, and there is probably some considerable value. It's very hit and miss depending on age, maker, condition. That one's got a bit of an insignia.
Dunster, the White Hart Dunster, Devon.
No, it's White Horse.
Oh, that's what Pete, the reseller and scrapper, said. Oh yeah, Marcus says a round would go right through that.
No, I'm not sure. That's right. That Is
it Dunstable?
No, it's too many letters in Dunstable. Anyway, that's something for me to work out.
Marcus says maybe an air rifle round.
Potentially, because that wouldn't have a great deal of power, would it? I think it may have just fallen off a shelf and hit the corner of something hard. Anyway, so
depends how far away they were shooting from.
I suppose this is possibly an older one. This feels older to me. Look at that. The stories these could tell, right? And this has got inscription on the base. It's really hard to read these. That's a handsome beast, that is. That's a quart. And it's got, see, these are the little stamps. Not showing you it. There it is. Isn't that cool? Anyway, and then one here is a jug, but it's a pint jug. Have I bored you with me pewter yet? And it's full of, I picked up for £1 a Guess Who. But it was knackered.
Yeah, back in the 15th century when they played Guess Who in the pub.
Because my listing of Guess Who spares ran out. So for £1, I'm going to top it up now. And I put them in there. Anyway, so my tenner there, I don't know what I'll get back on these, but I'll get...
Well, the books are great as well, aren't
they? Books will put me in profit, and this is just all a real bonus. And we can learn about pewter as we go. That is so cool. Right. Actually, should we put these back in?
Yeah.
That might be my favourite, though.
I think this one's my favourite.
Oh, the one with brass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's got brass on it. I just like a bit of brass.
I did find an almost identical one that they were asking £100 for, wasn't it, on eBay now? And I think that was a smaller size. But this one has, I think that's a new handle that's been put on. It's been like welded on quite crudely. So condition not too good. But I'm pleased with that, and I'm going to learn something. Right. What have we got next?
Mel says, I would make sure you understand what's written on them before parting with them. There's a proper collector's market for those.
Right, okay. Well, we'll do our best.
Red Scout says, a proper place for info on pewter is the computer.
It's the computer. Computer. Right, shall we do classic old tap points? picked up a rather nice condition Cluedo in a charity shop the other day.
All the jokes tonight. Steve says, well, if it is from being shot at, does that make it a pewter?
Pewter.
Yes, and you can use the books to learn about the pewter, so don't sell them too soon.
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry. I will enjoy those for a while. So, who wants a tap point? How many rooms are there in the classic version, this version, of Cluedo, please? How many rooms and room cards, therefore, do you get?
It was Nick in the bath with a banana, says Marcus.
Have you seen that video? Do you know how many rooms are in traditional Cluedo?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't retain that sort of thing.
Susan straight in there. Here they come. Oh, yeah. I have to give that to Susan. 9. And as someone predicted the next question, how many characters and weapons are there? It's the same. You have a guess?
I don't know.
We've played this lots of times.
I know, but I don't retain.
How do you not know this stuff? Have a guess. How many people?
I don't know.
No, I know you don't know. Have a guess.
11.
No. 100. 966. Well, yes, I think you've included the rooms there. I'll give you that though. 9 rooms, 6 weapons, 6 people. Oh, there you go. Yeah, 966. 6 and 6. Yes, indeed. And this is a rather fine example, and it's complete. This is the exact version we had as kids.
Yeah, it's the exact version your mum still got, isn't it?
Yeah. The revolver in the bath with his clothes on. Candlestick. A little bit of string that doubles up as a rope.
That's not an original dice, though, is it?
No, but the dice is just generic in these. It's a very odd dice. I like the way the lead pipe in these is always bent because it's clobbered someone over the head. Spanner, dagger, and all the characters.
Why has modern Cluedo got rid of Mrs. White? Oh, is it a?
It's not a
politically
surely
correct
not.
thing. Probably.
Who was it who was murdered? Was it Mr. Black who was murdered? Isn't that the story? Because he was found murdered in the house, wasn't he? But where did
probably change that as well?
What did I imagine that? I don't know. Anyway, Colonel Mustard, Professor Plum, Reverend Green, Mrs. Peacock, Miss Scarlet, Mrs. White. So there's no longer a Mrs. White.
Apparently not.
Stop messing with our childhood, people. Anyway, yeah, I like that. Oh, we could see. We've got friends coming over Friday. We could play this.
Maybe. We've got a lot of games we could choose from.
Everyone.
Dr. Black was the victim.
Oh, it was okay. So it was a Mr. Black, but it was a doctor. Okay. It was Nick in the Tack Cave with a Nick Berry single. Good frisbees.
Yeah.
Death by 7-inch single. Not a pewter candlestick. No. Dr. Black. Thank you, Flipping Maggie. Yeah.
Or a pewter piping.
Always bugged me that the revolver isn't a revolver. Good point. It's not, is it? What makes a revolver? Do you know?
No.
It's got a revolving barrel. You know the classic, where they go round with like 6 shots in.
Okay, I could have guessed that.
But that's more a pistol, I guess.
Okay.
Jay wants to know how old it is. This will be 70s, I would imagine, is it? Or earlier? Let's see if there's a copyright.
Probably earlier. The copyright was 1940 something. Hang on,
Well,
here we are. 72.
72. Yeah. 70s issue. So definitely the one we had as kids. Right. Shall I share the unexpected, rather amazing find?
Unexpected star of the show.
Yeah. Oh, no. We can do this first. Oh, first off, I wouldn't normally pick this up because it's kind of worthless these days, more brain training, but it's got the wrong manual in it, but it doesn't matter. It had 2 more in it. So it's got 2 brain trainings, two more brain trainings, and a brain training.
Airplane says, I bought an old board game and found 2 Georgian era ivory dice included, worth around £30 or more. They had a Georgian era importation stamp mark on them.
Wow. Well done you for realising what you had.
Yeah, absolutely.
We picked up for £2. Don't normally buy open puzzles, but for £2 we thought, A, these are cool because they're exploding kittens, and B, 20p each, we couldn't go far wrong. So, how cool is this? You may have seen the Exploding Kittens board game. These are Exploding Kittens puzzles.
Is there a board game? We've got the card game.
Well, a game, yeah. It's a game. But I don't know how many are available, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Exploding Kittens 1,000-piece puzzles. 20p each, thank you very much. They're coming home. I don't think I'm going to count the pieces though. I'm just going to go with it. That'll take forever.
Susan says, oh, I love Exploding Kittens.
I don't think I've played it yet. We've got
it. We've taken it to Carla's and not played it.
I've sold
twice now.
I've sold the game several times, and then we kept one in order to try it out because we've been recommended it. Never played it. Take it to Carla's again, shall we, this year? So anyway, that was £1 because they were 20p each, and just because they were Ravensburger, we picked up some more.
Yeah. We did sort of suggest that maybe your mum would like to help us by doing them, so we knew they were complete, but she was like, I've got enough to do, thanks very much. So yeah, got quite a few of these. Well, what's world landmarks.
Romeo and Juliet.
Organicious at 20p each.
Yeah, I wouldn't normally bother, but I felt it was rude not to buy them when they were 20p. And then also a book for myself, How to Read a Church. It's about architecture in churches. Very dull, I'm sure you'll agree, but I enjoy it. Yeah, open puzzles. Why? What am I doing? What am I doing? Bargain though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so the unexpected find of today. Oh, we haven't done these yet. Hang on a minute. I'm still teasing it. I don't know if Pete is. I don't know if Pete is still in. I shared on my Instagram. We were in. Where did we go? We went to Thetford just for a mooch with Ellen. Popped in a couple of charity shops, and in British Heart Foundation, there was a shelf with a whole load of vintage Power Rangers. Now, there was a lady stood in front of them looking at them all when I got there. And I did that thing standing behind her saying, don't buy them, don't buy them. Not out loud. But oddly, she picked up 2 of the smaller ones and then went. So I grabbed everything else. So vintage 90s pink, green, which is already sold, along with yellow. These are the original, what are these, like 8-inch ones from 90s. So Pete's already bought the
He's still there.
Green, the yellow. You're still there, Pete. Hi. Red, nice condition. A little bit, usually you find that they've got some scratching. This is not unusual. They're hard to find in pristine condition.
They've been played with.
They've been used.
Yeah.
And blue, there's no black. There should be a Black Ranger there as well, but we don't have that one. And if you find them with the little guns, that adds a lot of value. So 5 of the original large, and then these are cool. Had these quite a few times. They're the flip head ones. So there she is, and then there She is with her hat on. And then I think you have to do it manually around. Go, go, Power Rangers. And which one did you buy, Pete? The white, wasn't it? I think it's the white. Yeah, this one. So Pete's got this one. Should we do it again? Oh, hang on. I didn't do that very well. Pete's going to want a refund. Hey, there you go. White, yellow, and green. I was looking these up earlier. The flip head ones, way back when we started this, we would have done a bundle for them and got a 10 or something. These are up to £15 each now if you get them in good condition. Isn't that mad? And these, they go well in bundles, but you can get up to a tenner each on these now. Again, I think condition is a big thing. If you've got weapons, you can ask a lot more. But yeah, very happy to find those. And thanks, Pete. We'll get yours over to you tomorrow. Right.
The unexpected star of the show.
Well, we were there with friends of ours, and our friend went, oh, if only I'd have found this a couple of months ago before I spent a fortune on garden irrigation stuff. I was like, huh? I said, oh, are you going to buy it then? He said, no, I've got more than enough. So I had a quick rummage in the box and then asked the chap, and he said £5 for everything. I thought, sure, why not? Turns out there's a tidy sum. What it is Gardena or Gardena, I don't know how they pronounce it, micro drip system. So I've got this smaller gauge. I mean, that's over 20 quid just for that, if you were to list it and sell it. I've got the thicker gauge stuff, a great big, one of these times about 3 or 4, which is worth more. One of the timer systems, couldn't even find one of these for sale. It's all unused as well. Somebody bought it all, never set it up. Yeah. So that's going to be worth a tidy sum. And then all of these bits all have a value. I looked some of it up. That's probably about 10 quid in my hand there. Similar. And then, oh my goodness, I was roughly working it out. There's like 40, 50 beyond pounds worth of bits. It's nuts. And it goes on and on and on. So somebody spent a lot of money to irrigate their whole greenhouse or garden or whatever, and then never set it up. I think that part, which is the adapter from a standard hose down to the small gauge of tubing, I think those go for up to about £20 for that one part. Madness. So yeah, I haven't done an accurate valuation, but I'm well past 100 quid on it, I think.
Yeah, just shows you shouldn't pass things like this by because there's money in it.
Well, it's just a little bit of thinking outside the box, really, and thinking that's interesting. If you went to the garden centre to buy that, I bet it wouldn't be cheap. And having a go. So when a chap said a £5 and you can keep the box, which is quite a nice, it's a wine box, isn't it?
Yeah.
We went through it.
Handy for storing stuff in.
Yeah. Box is probably worth a £5.
Might be.
And another reel of that stuff there. This is the thin hose.
The jokes are still coming. What a great find, says Once Love Treasures.
What a great find. Is that the best we've got? Excellent. What have we got here? Nick, I sold a 20-year-old sealed set of Games Workshop paints on eBay. The buyer is asking for a full refund because it says the paint is too hard. I listed it as no returns. Any advice for me? No returns is an odd one because if you're selling as a business, you have to accept returns.
It might be a personal account.
If it's a personal account, I don't know because I've never sold on a personal account apart from the first few months.
Your discretion, I think, if it's a personal account.
I don't know. I can't advise you on that one. You may have to speak to eBay. Yeah, tricky one. Is that for growing weed? Well, what the buyer intends to do with it is up to them. It's for helping plants to grow. So possibly. What's Jake saying? The people who were kids in the 90s have money now. This is true.
Yeah.
Disposable income. Bring back the good old simple days.
Was it simple though? I don't think it really was.
I don't know.
We look back with rose tinted glasses at everything, don't we?
Everything is a bit in your face these days. It's all go, 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 information. I think the pace of life is a bit full on.
That is true.
Particularly for our kids, well, one child, but that generation. Mm-hmm. I think the pace of life for us was a lot slower. You know, arranging to go out, you know, you just say, I'll see you down the pub at 6 or whatever. And there'd be no, you know, everyone on mobile phones and FaceTiming each other and
group chats.
Group chats. Yeah. What did we do before the group chats? How did we arrange anything? How did we
landline?
Yeah, landlines. How did we arrange group activities before WhatsApp? Oh, Lainey's in. Hello, Lainey.
Hi, Lainey.
Hope you're doing okay. I know you're still stuck in the blooming hospital. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Once you get out, we'll get together for a private live stream and have a party.
Yeah.
What was Susan saying? I often wonder how we knew anything before Google.
Libraries.
Well, I shared a post that really made me smile the other day. It was something like, before the internet, we thought stupidity was based on lack of access to knowledge, and then the internet happened, and it wasn't that.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, have we shared everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no,
I have bought
down there in that bag.
Oh. I have bought some stuff from the charity shops recently, but I thought I would do a separate haul on my channel.
Sure. Yay! Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. We picked this up at the end, didn't we?
Yeah, when you finally we're going to have a Lainey coming out party. Not one of them sort. Hang on. Lainey's big coming out party. Yeah, let's call it that.
Yeah, we picked these up when we went back to look at glass, which we didn't buy the glass.
Yeah.
So is that and that.
So when we bought the lamps, and we were saying, had a brief sort of chat with her, and she said, well, I've got more glass. I haven't had a chance to bring it out. So that's when we said, we'll come back in half hour or so. We'll just walk up, go home and drop the bits off. So we did, but what she had, we weren't interested in. But we did then take a shine to these.
So we got a set.
Turned wooden bowls.
Of 4 of those, and then a serving bowl. Genuine teak, says on the bottom.
They were a fibre, and this one was chucked in, but it would do this separately, or maybe just keep that one. I don't know whether that have much value. It's quite nice though.
It's nice.
That's clearly a different set, different design. But yeah, these will sell well as a set. But we were saying we may put some wood oil on it because it's looking a bit dry and thirsty.
It's a getting out party, though it sounds like I've been in prison now.
So help Lainey escape.
Although to be fair, you probably feel a little bit like that at the moment.
It would have driven me batty. And it's probably driven you batty, Lainey. Lainey's coming out. Yeah.
Flower Power says, me and my boyfriend, now husband, would talk for hours on the landline, and his mum had the phone cut off because of the bill. Yeah. And it was always just usually in the hallway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there was a little table and you'd sit there in the hallway and listen.
The generations after our generation won't remember sitting at the bottom of the stairs in the cold on the phone for half an hour with a numb bum sat on the bottom step. when we had our first sort of girlfriends, boyfriends, that's what we'd do. Oh no, I'd walk down the road with a stack of 10p's in the cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah. To get some privacy, you'd go and use a phone box.
Didn't want your mum and dad to hear.
Yeah. Or they got fed up and no, you can't use the phone. No.
Yeah.
I'm going down the road to use the phone box. Who's got some 10p's? Yeah. I've got that Pink song in my head now. I'm
coming out.
Laney's coming out.
So you better get this party started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that in my brain as well.
Free Laney now. Sounds like I'm in prison. Yeah. Well, maybe we should orchestrate somehow like the Great Escape for Laney. Turn up with ladders and those grappling hooks, and
maybe Laney's been doing that, like building a tunnel. I mean, she's been there long enough.
Digging a tunnel. Trouble was, she was on the 3rd floor. She fell through. You've got to laugh, otherwise we'd go insane. And I think Laney might be halfway there. Yeah, 10p's at the phone box. The old big 10p's as well. Haha, free me. Yes. If only we could. Free the Macam one. Get that trending. I used a phone box. Mum didn't want one in the house. Now I can't get through to her as she's constantly on the phone to her friends.
It sounds like your mum.
Yeah. Free the Laney one. We've started a movement. Right, so there you go. I mean, we didn't buy lots of stuff, but what we did pick up we're really happy with. And I think that's probably a better way to go, to be honest. More quality, less quantity.
I do love these vases. I think these are stunning.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that one in particular. I like the shape of that rather than these chimney pot ones. I just don't find that as interesting.
This looks a bit like a lighthouse.
That's it. And just quickly on the irrigation stuff, I saw somebody did a similar size bundle on auction. It went for 130 odd, was it? The one I showed you. So I may choose to go that route. I'm going to look into, if I did part it all out, what I could achieve and see what the relative difference is, because it'd be so easy to just do a big bundle for 100 and something.
Helter Skelter, yes, it does look a bit like Helter Skelter.
Oh, I remember the Helter Skelter on Ramsgate Pleasure Beach when I was a kid. They had the classic like red and white kind of tower thing. But when you came out at the bottom, it went into a great big wooden bowl and you whizzed round and around the wooden bowl and then got out in the middle. It's awesome. And you used to go down it in a little sack. You'd sit in a sack with handles.
They've got one in Margate in Dreamland.
That's one of them though.
Yeah.
Not one of them.
It was scary because the side doesn't come up that far. And you go over the bumps and you feel like you're going to go over the side.
Were you scared for your life?
Yeah, I was.
But that's just one of these. What are they called? Astroglide, we used to call them. There was one at Nebworth Park when I was a kid. Yeah. Right. Real teak bowl. Hi, Stephen.
Well, that's what the label says. Real teak Thailand. Or genuine teak Thailand.
Yes.
I don't know if that was meant to be a joke. I'm not sure.
Charles Manson stole Helter Skelter from the Beatles, and you too stole it back. That's on the.
Yeah.
What album's that on? Rattle and Hum, the live version of that. Yes, Jason, agreed. Ramsgate has changed so much. All the fun stuff and gone. Dreamland, not much better. Yeah. Well, where the kind of pleasure beach was in Ramsgate is that massive new development, which I assume is finished now. We've not been down for a couple of years since we were house hunting down there.
I think, no, we were there when it had finished because...
Was it finished?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but that whole area on the seafront, in between the tunnels and where the pavilion thing is, the Weatherspoons, as it is now. All of that was the pleasure beach that I remember. A massive arcade. And then there was Dodgems. There was the Helter Skelter. It was huge. And right on the beach. It was literally just across the road from the beach.
Yeah.
So cool as a kid, because we'd have the family all sat on the beach and I was allowed to just wander across the road, wander around the arcades. Back in the 70s when I was 5. Okay. I think we've shared everything, so we're just waffling now. Let's have a look in the chat. We've got some ideas for Lainey. Tie some bed sheets together. Oh, that old classic. Tie some bed sheets together and climb out the window. We'll get back to you. Right, Lainey? Give that a go if you wish. What's this say from Susan? Gardens all German. Oh, do you mean Gardena, the make, or Gardena? We bought an adapter for Bosch pressure washer. Daughter-in-law is German, so she did all sorting out. Highly recommend Gardena. Right, okay, good stuff. It seems really popular because when I was looking on eBay, prices are really strong, and a lot of it is imported from Germany, so that would make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think we are.
Mel said it's a good brand.
Gardena is a good brand, Nick. B&Q said it. Okay. Yeah, I won't have any trouble getting my money out of that. It's just whether I break it all down and take the long route or do massive bundle.
I think just do a big bundle, actually.
Massive bundle, put it on at 150 and wait.
Probably wants the whole shebang.
Could do. Or list it at 150 with offers and just take the first decent offer.
Yeah.
We'll see. I will have a think and do some proper research. I sat here for about 10 minutes, looked up a few bits and kept going, ooh, didn't I? This packet's a 10 on its own while you were making dinner. Anyway, so we normally end these with some words of wisdom. So you can make it themed on tonight's discussion or just some general words of wisdom. We didn't really have a discussion. What am I talking about? It could be themed on yard sales or escaping from hospitals.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll stroke Jeff too while we wait, see what comes in.
He's actually a doorstop. He's very heavy, but we haven't decided where he's going to live yet.
He ain't heavy. He's a Westie.
What is in the air tonight?
I can feel it
no.
coming in the air tonight.
So who's in first? I think it might be Elaine. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. That is very true.
Oh, is that in reference to my last video where I did you see that one? I made a video because I was scratching my head wondering why
I know what you did.
The
two explained.
Yeah. Why is my stuff not selling? I was getting really hot and bothered about why that one particular line isn't selling at all. It's because I haven't listed it.
Andy's one is don't ring girls from phone boxes.
Why not? Why not? There's nothing wrong with it in the 90s.
Stu Mandry, beware of men with graph paper. They're probably plotting something.
I quite like that one.
Peter Welsh, you don't need to have it all figured out. Taking the wrong path is part of the process. Very true.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday for Wednesday, Maria.
Oh, right, everybody. Remember, Wednesday, Maria's birthday. Jeff 2 is super cute. Oh, Jeff 1 will get a complex. Will we say that out loud? Chunky Jeff. He is a bit. It's a little bit chunky. He's had all the pies. Right, Will says, don't think about the cost, think about the value. Ooh.
I like that. I try and convince you of that sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I'm frugal. The easy day was yesterday. The easy day?
Yeah, because it was yesterday.
Why does that make it easy?
Because everything is better in hindsight.
That's deep, Marcus. You fried my brain, that one. Nilo, is that? Be kind, be happy, and treat others as you would like to be treated. I couldn't agree more. Spot on. Is that the reference, was it? I can't say that I've ever seen a yard sale nearby where I live. Well, if we ever manage to get our app onto the Google Play Store, don't get me started. You'll be able to set your own up and promote it on there. Watch this space. Porkies, hello. Life's tragedy is that we get too old soon, and we get old too soon and wise too late. Oh, I couldn't agree more. I wish I had the body of a 20-year-old and today's mind, you know, and the ability to not stress about everything.
Yeah.
And compare myself and think oh yeah, looking back, I was a mess at 20.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm particularly wise now, but I'm a bit better than I was. I'm comfortable in my own skin now, but now I'm falling apart physically. Well, I've knackered my wrist, haven't I? I don't know what.
Comments will be coming in.
Yeah, I've injured my wrist, and it just I keep re-injuring it. I don't know what it is. It's a sprain or what, but it's so painful. It hurts to drive.
Well, you do suffer with tendinitis, so it could be that.
Could be associated with that, but it's a different pain. Anyway.
Kenton says, you can go broke trying to save money.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's an interesting thought.
Plans are great, but mean nothing until you take the first step.
And that's often the hardest bit.
Or are you doing a good question? Are you doing an auction next Sunday? Yeah, yes, I think so. That was
so non-committal. Yeah.
Because we should be home, shouldn't we? Because we're in Brighton next weekend, but we're staying overnight, but we should be home by...
We are staying overnight Saturday then?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should be doing this Sunday auction.
The current plan is, yes, we are going to do another second Sunday auction. So we will do a preview Wednesday night again, I would imagine. Can we do one? Yeah.
I don't think this is something Lainey's been doing. I think this is somebody that's on your ward.
There's definitely someone else on Lainey's ward with their body.
Yeah.
I like this. Think twice, comment wisely. Yeah.
And not enough people do that.
Yeah. And if you've got something nice to say, make a point of saying it.
Yeah, and we should all stick to the old saying of, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yeah.
Because we're all, well, I'm not going to count myself in it really, but there is a lot of people in the world these days that are far too quick to judge and criticize and say nasty things about people.
Oh, we could call this one Porky, because he's quite porky.
Porky Westy.
And he came from Porky.
C. Blaney says, are you doing a pre-sale preview? Too hot to form a proper sentence this week. Yes, we should be on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's the current plan. Probably Wednesday. Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll share with you what we come up with to sell.
Frugal, Nick means tight.
Well, it's a similar word. Yes. Yes, but I don't want to be Jeff too.
Oh.
It's all falling apart. So here come the wrist.
I know. I said they're being.
I injured my wrist. Right. Just leave it there. A smile. I like this. A smile is a free way to brighten someone's day. If you have the body of a 20-year-old, please tell the police. Yeah. Wouldn't it be great though, just to suddenly go back and have the body you had at 20 and be like, nothing, aches and pains are all gone.
There's that, and
get up without creaking or making that noise. Bend down to do your shoelaces without groaning.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the scars because I wouldn't have had the surgery, and but to be the person you are now, but to to have the body that you had,
it's an impossibility.
Yeah.
Okay, are we nearly done here? Silver hair stacker, hello. If you don't even tread for sure, you will sink. Is that written right? Am I reading that right? I'm not sure.
If you don't even tread for sure, you will sink. Okay.
That's either too deep for me to understand or I'm not quite reading it right. Okay, so have we read them all? Did you want to pick one of those? I'm just seeing if we've got any more.
This is very true.
I read something.
Very, very true.
I read something. I may have screen grabbed it to share on my Instagram at some point, saying in 20 years from now, you will wish to have the body, you would wish to be you now. So make the most of it, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's all relative. And you're totally right, Johnny, that in 20 years' time, we'd be like, I wish I was 50.
Mm-hmm. I look back at, being in my 20s and 30s and thinking, not being happy with how I looked or whatever. And then I look back now and think, why was I being so silly? I wish I looked like that now, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I wish I could just put the kind of comfort I have being me into my teenage 20-year-old whatever self.
Yeah.
Because that's what I lacked, was just comfort in my own skin back then.
Yeah.
Right, let's pick one of these so we can read it out and let everyone get on with their Sunday evenings.
Okay, which one should we have? I think that I'm reading this right in terms of you can go broke in terms of the way you are just personally trying to save money. Is that what that means?
I don't know.
Okay, let's see if I can find another one that I understand more. This one, let's go with Porky.
Should we go with Porky's? Yeah. Go on then.
Life's tragedy is that we get too old too soon. No, we get old too soon and wise too late.
And then our eyes stop working and we can't read.
We've had quite the discussion about that. So yes, I think that's the one we'll go with tonight.
Yeah. But it's a privilege to be alive.
Absolutely. When people complain about getting older, I always say, well, it's better than the alternative, and you should see it as a privilege.
Getting old is a privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does get harder and harder each year. Creaky. I injure myself all the time now, don't I?
We've all got to keep active, haven't we, in some way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Scroll back to the end.
It's a wonderful life. It truly is.
Indeed.
We complain about it a lot, but it truly is.
I keep meaning to do a video about this sort of thing, so I find it interesting. We earn our living from eBay. YouTube is a happy bonus on top of that.
Yeah.
We earn a fraction of what we do on eBay.
We could live off the money we get from YouTube.
No. We do okay out of YouTube, and I do still plan to make a video sharing that side of things. But eBay eclipses what we make on YouTube. Right. We will be back probably Wednesday then to do a little auction preview thing.
Yes.
And then next Sunday, 8 o'clock, we will put this time slot over to our regular second Sunday auction and find some cool stuff to sell.
Yeah.
But little Porky's here is not for sale.
We need to find a home for him.
Yeah.
Youth is wasted on the young. Yeah, we don't appreciate it when we're young, do we? No, we just don't.
Okay, thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed it, stroke the like button on the way out, and we'll see you on Wednesday. If not, we'll see you on Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
Are we done?
Yes, indeed. Have a good week, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.